So beautiful out here.
Yeah, it's just me, you, and the
tree.
Hey! You two should kiss! Hello everyone and welcome back to another set review. Today we're sharing set number 75574, Toruk Makto and the Tree of Souls, and boy do we have a lot to unpack here. But before we get started, I want to offer a huge thanks to LEGO for sending us this set. I had a blast building it and I can't wait to share my thoughts on it right here for you all. This set features 3 prominent builds: the Toruk Makto, a stone arch set piece and stand, and finally, the Tree of Souls. The set features 4 Navi minifigures and a dire horse, contains 1,212 pieces, and will retail for $149.99 USD on October 1st this year. Starting with the Toruk Makto, this build captures the scale and ferocity of this apex predator, sporting posable and collapsible vinyl wings, a unique head mold, and a wide array of wonderful patterns to make this fearsome creature feel like it's soaring straight out of the film and into your collection. I'm very pleased with these wings, as they offer vibrant printing that shows off the patterns very nicely, and offer the posability I felt was missing from the Banshees by allowing the wings to fold to a grounded position, or for more dynamic flying. It also possesses the chest cavities shown on other Pandoran wildlife, keeping consistent with the Banshees and Thanator builds, and really showing the attention to detail the designers poured into this wave. I noticed the plastic used here on some of the wings' Technic bones is different. Not the same smooth, shiny plastic they usually are, but now a matte-colored, almost softer kind of plastic. I'm not sure when this change went into effect or if it's just for this color, but I find it interesting. The overall feel of this build reminds me a lot of the Ninjago Legacy Fire Dragon, which is both really good and a little not. As I said, the wings are great. I really appreciate the use of a unique head mold and the sturdy body construction here, like with the Banshees. However, I really don't like the legs and feet beyond first glance appearances. Just like with the Fire Dragon, the ankles of these talons are completely fixed, yielding minimal ground posability. Not only that, but the construction here relies on ratchet joints to splay the claws outwards, meaning they cannot curl downward in such a way to curl during flight or to grab onto unsuspecting prey. I would have much preferred to see at least mixel joint articulation here to accomplish the best of both worlds for appearance and function, but then again, I really can't complain too much given the ingenuity of the wing construction and the overall look and feel of the build. I do wish the head and neck had more range of articulation as well, but it also reminds me of when Jake takes on the Toruk Makto in the film, given the set's lack of ability to really look up. Honestly, the Toruk Makto feels like a standalone set by itself, but I feel it's important to mention its companion piece here as well, the Rock Arch Stand. This one is one of the better, more full Pandoran set pieces in this wave, featuring a full spread of plant life, creative and clever rock sculpts, and a surprisingly stable floating island designed to hold the imposing Toruk Makto. While this set piece suffers from the lack of darker contrasting colors just as the other nature pieces do, I feel it less so here due to the cohesive abundance of rock structures and the more consistent color spread amongst the foliage. Again, I'm super impressed by the stability of the floating island and its ability to hold such a large brick-built creature here, only wishing it became a waterfall here like with the Banshee set, but that's just because I really love waterfall features. I also appreciate the consistency with the ability to attach extra foliage and backdrop parts to the sides of this, keeping it compatible with the other set pieces in this wave. I don't have much else to say on it. I feel it works very well as a companion set piece to the Toruk Makto, and I really appreciate the display ability this part of the set carries. Personally, I really wish the set stopped here, because I imagine the price per part ratio and the ability to obtain the Toruk Makto in such a way would have been very solid. Alas, this set includes one more build. The Tree of Souls is a larger tree featuring a sturdy, vibrant vine-covered base, a solid and pretty well-detailed trunk, and 4 main branches to hold aloft lilac leaf pieces that send down a cascade of translucent antennae and lightsaber rods. I think that this build is very pleasing to look at for a time, but suffers from a lot of problems that are no fault of the construction, but rather color choice. At the base, the roots are adorned in bright, minty green vines, similar to the glowing, living vines in the film. Connected to some of these are 4 of the Monkey Kid style handlebars, now in a glow-in-the-dark pale color, which honestly feels like a waste here. These pieces are almost completely covered up, so any glowing you do see from them is minuscule. I would have much rather seen them be a neutral color that blends in, or make all of the vines in the glow-in-the-dark color here, because the bar pieces just feel out of place. I appreciate the areas left to wrap up the minifigures and the vines though, just like with Jake at the end of the movie. That's a nice touch. The trunk and branches I take no issue with. I love the shaping here that creatively takes this sculpt from a Lego tree to a masterpiece of brick-built ingenuity. My issues only continue with the willow-style leaves here. The lack of color variation here does very little to convey a glow, save for the translucent mask. It all kinda blends together, and feels strange to see the contrast of lilac at the top and just a sea of translucent pink below. The tree in the film I remember to be a pinkish purpley glow, so the two colors are present here, but I wish there was some variation to the drooping leaves. Swap out some of the rods here for the lilac color, or add some translucent white or purple rods to break up the monotonous sea of color. It's a shame too, because this set is really impressive and pretty, but especially with just the pink, I find it not really pleasing to look at in yellow lighting or against wooden backdrops, like in my own apartment. Furthermore, while I know LEGO typically tends to underscale things, I can't help but feel like this set is incredibly limited by the fact that it's included with what already feels like a complete set, meaning the tree has to be smaller than it otherwise would be. Jake rallying the Na'vi after capturing the Toruk Makto is definitely an important and vital scene, so I understand the desire to include all of it in a single set. But it feels like the tree suffers in just parts counts and size because of its inclusion. Between color variation and size, I would have much preferred to see the Tree of Souls be its own set to really let shine the true potential of such a build, be it with more colors, like bricks, glow-in-the-dark parts, or whatever else to crank this 7 out of 10 up to an easy 11. Finally, let's talk about the minifigures. This set features 4 Na'vi minifigures: Jake, Neytiri, Tsute, and Moat, as well as a dire horse to ride, complete with a filler brick to hold the loose Kuru links, and fill in the space where the figures sit. Also included is 2 bows, a carved knife of some sort, and a staff. I have no complaints with any of the minifigures. They all have immaculate printing, right down to the reflective dots that portray their bioluminescence, and the facial detailing makes every figure instantly recognizable and distinct from one another. Overall, I really like this set, and at 1,200 pieces for $150, I feel I have to recommend this to any diehard Avatar fans because it's truly well made. Beyond them, however, I wish the Toruk Makto and the tree were separate sets. I feel both would have shined a little brighter on their own, especially the tree. Having had very little interest in the tree, but great interest in the Toruk Makto upon initial glance, that still holds up after having built the set, and I feel like this would have sadly stayed on the shelf had I walked by, but that's just because of my own personal interests. I look forward to seeing how the community modifies the tree with LED strands, and how Avatar fans light up when they get this solid and pretty solidly priced set in their own hands. I want to offer another huge thanks to LEGO for sending the Gundam Lady and I these sets. We've had a blast with them, and are glad we could share our thoughts on them with you all. If you haven't seen them already, go check out our other 3 Avatar set reviews, and feel free to drop a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and share the video, it really helps us out. This is StarBreaker signing off. Take care, and we'll see you all next time.